What's going on, YouTube? Back on our series on my pursuit to my fourth property. I wanted to talk about why you should always do an inspection, and especially a sewer inspection. So we're in the process of, purchasing this property. We're under contract. I get my inspection done within time limits. 2 to 3 days after we decided on it, we signed the contract. The inspection came back normal, a few minor things. I want to say about maybe between $300 to $3,500 worth of repairs, minor repairs, and appliances. So that's almost like move-in ready. So I was okay to eat that up. But then, listening to my one renter at a time group, them always talking about getting a sewer inspection, I realized that, I need to do my due diligence. Let's go ahead and get a sewer inspection. Now, mind you, for this specific contract, there was a 7-day period due diligence process. That means that I had 7 days to do all my inspections and everything that I need to do. After that 7 days, I'm kind of binded to that contract or I lose my earnest money. Well, I called several different plumbers. One plumber, camera broke during the inspection process. Another one was delayed because they just had too many people. So by the time I was able to get somebody out there, I was past the 7-day due diligence period. But I was still willing to do it. I'm gonna still drop this. I think it was about $400 to do the inspection because the earnest money was about $1,000. And I was like, I'd rather lose $1,000 than be stuck with a bad property. Thank God that I listened to my intuitions and I listened to the whole rat community. So I go ahead and get the sewer inspection and find out that there's a busted sewer line and the main line leaving the house to the main sewer line outside. Now, if it's on your property, you are responsible for it, but if it leaves your property to the main sewer line, the city is. Well, apparently it was on my property under a tree, and one of the tree roots went through the pipeline and burst it. Now, if I didn't do the inspection, we would have never found out. It would have just happened over time and I would have been stuck with the bill. So I let them know, hey, sewer line is damaged. I reached out to my realtor. I didn't know what to do. But I figured if I let them know, I actually have the upper hand, and this is why. Because once I identified that the sewer line is now destroyed or is now not in working condition, by law the seller has to by law, because the seller is aware of that problem, now they have to if they want to sell it to somebody else and put it back on the market if I back out, they have to make it known, and that's going to affect the price that we've agreed on. It's probably going to go low and bring down the price. So I let them know that, hey, the sewer line is busted. Let's try to come to a negotiation. I'm still willing to purchase the property. So I sent out certain things, I sent out different ideas, and they've come to the agreement that they're willing to go half on fixing the sewer line. At first I thought about it. I was like, that doesn't sound right. But then I had to realize I did buy this house under action price. I think they asked $129, and we agreed at $120. And it's a decent neighborhood, the B class. So I was like, you know what? I'll take it. It's still a good deal. And so we were estimating between $1,500 to about $3,000. Well, once they start the job, they realize that they have to, dig out the tree, redo the sewer line, and it became a big job. They busted out the cranes. So I think the job, went well over $6,000. So I'm glad I did the inspection because I would have been stuck with that $6,000 bill. But now that bill is only $3,000. So this is just a cautionary tale to do. Make sure you do your due diligence. Check those sewer lines. Do your inspections. And if your intuition tells you anything, check and verify. You are the reason why this house is being sold. You are the bread and butter to make this deal work. So don't feel bad. You're not doing anybody a favor. Do your due diligence. And if you don't feel right, Rather you lose $1 to $3 grand of earnest money than to be stuck with a property that's going to be a sinking, a money pit. So, wanted to give you guys that update. I'll, touch base to let you guys know once the that job is done and what was the outcome before closing. Until then, we'll see you again.